So 5 content pillars. The reason I chose 5 is because there are 5 days in a week. So Monday through Friday, you can choose to structure these content pillars as you wish. You can either always post personal content on Mondays, always post tips on Tuesdays, like a Tuesday tip, or you can kind of pick and choose from each of these pillars and post accordingly whenever you kind of feel like it throughout the week. You also will kind of start posting under contract and sold, so your schedule might get a little bit messed up, but this is meant to provide more structure to you. So if you're at a loss of what to post that day, you can reference this and think, what have you been missing lately from your feed? So first one is personal content. This is the most important content because you want to be relatable. Anybody can go and post a bunch of houses in the neighborhood, and you're not going to look any different from another agent who's doing the same thing. So there's a plethora of agents, and it's a very huge saturated market for realtors, so you really have to stand out. And the way you do that is by connecting with people and your personality. Anybody right now can go on Zillow and find a realtor, but they're going to choose a realtor that they want to work with based on their life. So personal content is really important. I want you to post things like going to your favorite restaurant, you at your favorite beach, you going to a dog bar, walking a dog, volunteering, things like that that'll really showcase your personality. So second one is real estate tips. You really want to educate your audience on home buying and home selling, and you can't be afraid of sharing too much. The more you share, the more these potential clients are going to trust you and come to you. So I want you to share the credit score you need to buy a house, the down payment you need, the actual process, how to win an offer. Right now, that's a really popular topic, and don't be worried about other agents stealing your strategies, because realtors have their own strategies. Most of us already know everything. We all have the same similar strategies. So you want to share these strategies with the buyer to show that you know what it takes to win a multiple offer situation. So number 3 is local listings. I've had a lot of luck sharing first-time homebuyer gem of the week. So I used to go and pick the houses that are under $250,000 and saying these are the gem of the week. Right now it's more like under $350,000, so you kind of have to adjust for that as the market grows. But I've gotten a lot of feedback from that, a lot of first-time homebuyers reaching out to me. So if your niche is waterfront properties, you can say waterfront property gem of the week, something like that. So that is a really good one. The other popular things to post are really bold houses, maybe like a black exterior painted house, a house with really colorful wallpaper that looks crazy, something that is going to garner a reaction, something with shock factor. Those do really well for Instagram. The fourth one is something that gets missed a lot. It's local events and businesses. The point of your Instagram is to grow locally. So you want to start interacting with local small businesses. You want to highlight their content, share it to your stories, comment on their pages, and gain a relationship, grow a relationship with these businesses and highlight them so that people get kind of funneled throughout the businesses, and then those businesses are really grateful and share your stuff, and then your account grows from their followers and kind of cross-pollinate that way. So those are really important. Local events are also a good one. It's kind of fun to do things like 3 things to do this weekend and post it on Friday, or best farms to go to for a new pumpkin if it's Halloween, things like that. And then number 5 is something that I struggle with the most, and that's statistics. So I am not a big numbers person, so I take a lot of my statistics from articles I see on like Realtor.com, Housing Wire, or even the Realtor newsletter that I get sent to my email. Another great account that's very helpful is Keeping Current Matters, and if you follow them on Instagram, They share really helpful content, bite-sized graphics, things like that, that you can take, repurpose, and obviously credit that account and tag them in it. But you can take and repurpose into your own words and share it. They share really useful things about the cost of waiting in the market and waiting to buy a house in 2 years versus now. So things like that. So that's market statistics. They also, Keeping Current Matters also has an online portal where you can create an account and download your own graphics directly and brand them yourself. So for the types of content, there are 5 types of content, and that was just a coincidence that it matched up with the other 5, but basically what you want to do is you take those content pillars and alternate between these types of content, repurpose, post something, the same thing on stories, reels, posts, and obviously don't do it all in the same week, but you can do it the next week. So don't freak out about not knowing what to post, because you can always recycle those things. People are open to seeing things over and over again, especially if it's something that they don't understand. So these are listed in order of importance. So stories is the most important type of content because it's the one with the least, smallest barrier to get into DMs. So with stories, you can immediately DM somebody, and that's where you want to be in order to truly grow a relationship, is in their DMs. So start engaging with other people on their stories. Start complimenting things you're seeing, whether you read their book or you also love watching The Bachelor, just things like that that they're posting. Just interact with it. If the food that they posted looks really good, if there's a new restaurant that they went to, ask them how it tasted. Just start building those relationships in the DMs and post your own things that people can react to as well. Reels. Instagram is really trying to compete with TikTok right now, so Reels are being pushed on the algorithm. So now's the time to take advantage of Reels. With Reels, you can post either like the silly ones that TikTok does too, where you just lip sync to a sound, or you can do ones where it's just a house video walkthrough, or you can do tips on how to buy a house, or using your favorite app, things like that. Posts, these are more straightforward. You just kind of post on an Instagram feed. I recommend doing at least 1 post a day or 1 reel a day. Stories definitely every day, multiple times throughout the day. But posts once a day, at the very least 3 times a week. Now, guides and lives, those are often forgotten about, but they are equally as important. With guides, it's basically a collection of your posts. So if you have 5 posts about buying a house, add it to a guide, very easy to create. It's basically like a folder, and call it Steps to Buying a House, and then share that to your story periodically and remind people that it exists. And if you have a new home buyer DM you, you can send them a link to that directly. With lives, those you can set notifications and announce that you're going live on a Wednesday at noon to do like a Q&A, and people can turn on notifications and be reminded, and then you go live every Wednesday at noon. So lives do well when they're scheduled like that. But you can also do a spontaneous live when you see a lot of people are online and active, and you can do that with you either just talking about the market, maybe something that you just learned about a deal, or just you walking through a really cool house you happen to be showing. So lives are important too, and they can be saved to something called IGTV, which is long form video.